We're going to be joined now by Joseph Gitler. He is the founder of Leket Israel, which is the country's largest food rescue organization, which has shifted into emergency mode to ensure that vulnerable Israelis continue to receive food during rising tensions during the Iran war. And Joseph, thank you so much for joining us on ILTV.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, the country is in emergency mode. It's at a standstill. What has Leket Israel's emergency response looked like on the ground since the Iran war began?
Well, unfortunately, because of the last few years, we have a playbook in place. So we've pivoted our operation once again. Our emergency is starting to feel like the normal, unfortunately. And so what we've been doing is using, of course, home front guidelines, which have forced us to cancel mass volunteering that we have usually on a daily basis. But our very brave team is out there doing what they can to rescue food as we normally do. But because things are very limited right now, the emergency plan calls for us to purchase meals and distribute them, especially to homebound elderly. And we are also sending thousands of digital cards to those in need where our partner NGOs are not operating normally. And so if they can't get them food, we have to find ways to get them food in other ways. And of course, keeping people safe at the same time, which makes things very, very tricky.
Joseph, let me ask you, Joseph, are you seeing greater demand for assistance from families? And I would say especially seniors, people very difficult to get out of their houses in this situation as these tensions rise across Israel and we see these air sirens, air alerts taking place.
Sure. Unfortunately, every time there's an emergency, we see a peak, usually in the beginning. We're seeing it now. We're feeling it now. People are turning to us. People are calling our offices. And it's at the same time, and we have access to the least amount of food. So we are out there, especially as you mentioned, with the elderly who really it's extra dangerous for them to leave their homes. We're making direct deliveries of cooked meals, of fruits and vegetables, of frozen soups to their homes to make sure that they can eat properly while not putting themselves at extra risk.
Right. And maybe talk about some of the logistical challenges Leket is facing. These are not normal situations. A lot of businesses are closed. A lot of transporters at a standstill here in Israel. What are the challenges you're facing now?
So it's a really tough challenge. What we're trying to do is find places where it's a little bit quieter so we can send our teams in to make sure that fruits and vegetables that are available to us are rescued and delivered. And people are willing. It's an amazing thing to see. We've seen this since the beginning of the war after October 7th. There are just people in the state of Israel, no matter what happens, they are willing to go out to help their neighbors in need. And we're seeing that again. People are disappointed when we tell them that we are not allowed to have volunteers in our distribution center and out in the fields. They actually don't care. They say, let us help. And so the spirit is strong despite the 2+ years of war. And we're confident we'll be able to take care of the people in need. And with the help and support of people, not just in Israel, but around the world, we'll be able to do what we need to do in this situation.
Now, as you're speaking, Joseph, we just showed it again. Maybe we can bring it up again. We have that QR code for those people that would want to contribute to Leket. And so let me ask you, what's your message to those people? There's the QR code. In these difficult, trying times, what message do you want to send to those donors and those volunteers who support Leket's mission and maybe some new ones that are going to be recruited here?
So first of all, we're going to do whatever it takes to help those people in need. I think most important now for those who are supporting us, we're sending digital credit cards to people by text message, by email, for those whose normal partners are not able to support them and can't bring them the food that we rescue. So we're just sending them cash so they can order food on their own. And so this is a large project in the millions of dollars. And whatever support people can provide for this would be very extra helpful in this dangerous time.
worthy cause, and especially in these very difficult times. It's the Purim holiday, so I want to, Joseph, wish you a Purim Sameach, a happy Purim, and of course to all those wonderful people who donate and volunteer for Leket Israel in this special time. You know, Mishloach Manot, maybe that's a very special kind of food package. Maybe Leket can be give on this holiday. Thank you for joining us, Joseph Gitler.
Thank you again. Happy Purim to all.